For our setup today, you have a variety of options to choose from. If you're going to use a jump, if your dog already jumps and you're going to use a jump, I suggest lowering the bar or going without a bar completely, just using the jump itself to practice this exercise. If you want to add some sort of cones or something to the sides, that's great. Here we have the cones with the bar on the ground without the jump present. That's an option. And then without the bar present is another option. And for the very beginner dogs, I recommend the single cone with the bar. So the bar is going to help you know where to position yourself. Now we want to have something to mark different spots, 5 different places around this setup so that you know where to put your dog. The handler is going to always be in the same spot, but we're going to start the dog from different directions towards our cone. So 5 different directions, with the last one being perpendicular to the setup. So here we're going to start the exercise. That was from position 1. Now I'm going to start from position 2. Sending the dog with my right hand and following through with my left. And my hands should match my feet. So right hand and right foot are sending the dog, and left hand and left foot are rewarding the dog once she's made a commitment to going around that cone. I'm stepping back to my handler position. There we go. Perfect. Move on to the 4th position that we want to work from. I'm too busy eating my treat. There we go. So I'm going to step back to my handler position using my right hand and my right foot, following through left hand, left foot. Perfect. We are from a different angle, same direction we were heading a moment ago, just a different angle, a different point of view, and working all the way around 1 through 5 on my different points. Here we are at 3. I'm always stepping back to handle from the same spot. And don't worry if your dog can't stay. We're going to cover that towards the end of this exercise. So here she is in position 4. If you don't get your arms and your hands right exactly, that's okay too. The dog is learning the mechanics of turning away from you. But try to be thoughtful about it. Now we're going to quickly go through. You always want to work both sides. So now we're going the opposite direction. Still using my cones to give me an idea of where to be. I'm going back to my handler position. Just running through this one kind of quickly. And once I get all the way around to 5, I can always go back to 1, or maybe just switch up and go to 4 and go back around the circle that way. Getting a lot of practice in handling this, the dog's position changing and mine not. Now let's look at it with a bar down and the 2 cones. I'm going to do this in slow motion so you can really see how the hand and the feet are working together as one. Start her at position 2. Hand and foot, moving together. There we go. So what if your dog can't stay? How would you do this same exercise? I have 2 different options. Option 1 is going to involve getting the dog about where you want them, dropping a treat down so they're eating. You step back to your handler position and then start the exercise once the dog has finished eating and they look back to you for direction on what's next. So drop the treat down. I'm going to head back to my handler position. When she finishes eating, I'm going to pick her up, send her over the jump, and reward again. That's option 1. Now option 2, I'm going to get in my position and toss my treat back. You just want to make sure in this one that they're turned the right way to take the jump. It's a little bit harder than option 1, but saves a few steps for you. And if you can toss well, this will work also. So toss it out, let her get lined up, and go. Here's a few examples again of how it looks over a jump with a bar set. Now I always keep the bar low until we've worked through these, and then I'll start to move my bar up to regulation height. For beginner people, if you haven't been exposed to jumping yet, do not do this exercise with a jump. We will show you how to teach your dog how to jump first, and then you come back and marry the two processes of being able to jump and being able to perform a rear cross. For now, just stick with your cones on the ground or your cone and a bar. We don't want to overface the dog with trying to learn too many new things at one time. And jumping is a skill that we do like to break down and teach separately.